Hi guys, so this might look a little different, but we Great Lakers do things differently. I, Rohan Badjugar from the 1 year PGPM program of 23.
And I am Renisha from the PGDM second year. Paul from the InsideIIM team is with us on campus after 3 years and we are very excited to show him around. So we'll go pick him up real quick and then we'll take you around a tour on our campus.
Hey.
Hi Paul, I'm Rohan. Welcome to Great Lakes.
Hi.
Hi Paul, I'm Renisha.
Hi, Renisha. Hi, Rohan. This campus is not very unfamiliar to me. I have been here, but I am here to know a little bit more about your life. There are definitely two programs that are there which you guys are representing today that you guys can talk a little bit more and a bit better as well. So tell me a little bit about you guys so that we have a context as to who I am talking to today.
So I'm Rohan, I'm from Mumbai and I'm currently pursuing the 1 year program here in PGPM in the batch of 23.
Right. And what about you?
And I am Renisha and I am from Chennai. So I am a part of the 2-year PGDM program.
I'm as excited as you guys are probably to look around this campus today. I saw you guys were coming in the buggy. That reminds me of my buggy experience as well. So I'm looking forward to my experience for the day today. And if you guys can show me around the places, that'll be great.
So Paul, I have a class to go, so I'll be leaving. Okay.
No worries.
I can show you around.
Okay, Penny, thank you for bringing me here. This is probably the place where you spend a little bit of your day's time.
Yes.
And most of the time is spent around the campus in the academic block and the other places that are there. Tell our audience where exactly are we standing at?
Right now we are in the balcony of the hostel and in total there are 7 hostel blocks and PGPM rooms are single accommodation rooms while the PGDM rooms are twin sharing rooms.
Right. So tell me now a little bit about this hostel. What are the kind of facilities that you get here?
So the rooms are very spacious and like even though it's twin sharing, there's a lot of space and it gives a very homely vibe, especially with the touch of the students because they put in small plants or decorative lights around and put in their own curtains and balloons and all.
So, Rene, staying at a hostel has an advantage of its own. You come across so many different people, you come across so many different stories, and that stays with you, right? I'm sure that has happened with you as well. So, if you can share a few of these stories and memories with us.
Okay. One such memory that stays with me is what happened like at the same time last year. So it was during December when it was the Christmas month and that was like 2 months into my hostel life. And it's the first time I'm staying out of home. So I was missing home because I got videos and all from home that they were putting up Christmas trees and the stars and decorations. So I was missing home a bit and then I mentioned it to one of my friends. A few days later, they take me to a room and then they unpack all the Christmas trees and all the lights and decorations and then we all put together all these trees, put music, carols and all. And it was very fun. That was one of the best Christmases I've had ever.
Thank you for sharing that story, Rene. What we are going to do now is track your journey from here, the kind of pathways that you take to attend your classes and what happens next in the academic block.
Yeah.
So let's go. Okay, so the moment I walked into this class, it actually reminds me of the hugeness of the lake that we just saw outside. How big is this classroom? I've heard that it has a speciality as well.
Yeah, so the partition that we see is retractive and this is half the size of the class.
Wow.
So there is a same class that is attached.
So estimated how many people sit here?
This is 200 seater capacity and that is another 200.
The extension makes it
Yes,
wider.
400.
So how many students are we talking about in general in the kind of programs that are there? Let's talk about the programs first and then we can talk about how many students are there in the campus right now.
So here at Great Lakes, we have 2 full-time programs. The first is the 1 year PGPM program. It is for professionals having 2+ years of industry work experience. And the PGPM program has got 7 terms. The first 3 terms are common for all, whereas the next 4 we have to select specializations. Here at Great Lakes, we have specializations in finance, analytics, marketing, and operations. Why don't you tell him about PGDM program?
Yeah, sure. So the PGDM program is a two-year program, which is for people with less than 3 years of work experience, and it is split across 6 trimesters. And the first 3 trimesters are common for everybody, and we have a break in between where the students have to mandatorily go for their summer internships, which last for like 2 months or 3 months depending. And then we come back and we select. We have our electives where we decide on where we major in and our minors.
And how big is the batch size? I was asking you about that because there are huge classrooms here, just like this one, which can accommodate a lot of students. So, what is the strength like?
So the PGPM has 350 students per batch, and the PGDM batch has like 280 students per batch.
Okay. And how do you be part of these programs that you just mentioned? Your PGPM program, your PGDM program, are these like separate selection procedures that are followed? What is the process of me getting into this place?
So for the selection, the entire profile of the candidate is taken into consideration. So for the PGPM, you require a 2+ years of work experience, whereas for the PGDM, you require 0 to 3 years of work experience. The selection happens on the basis of test entrance exams like your CAT, XAT, GMAT and CMAT. So for GMAT, the safe score is 600 plus, whereas for CAT and XAT it is 85 percentile, and for CMAT it is 98 percentile. So apart from this, the candidate has to go through AWT and the PI, where the entire profile of the candidate is taken into consideration.
I think we still have some more bits to cover, try and understand the kind of life that you guys spend with the peers and the kind of students that come and be part of this particular institute. But we are here in your campus since morning, and right now I feel for some coffee, and we can chill and see the kind of places that you guys go after the classes are done. Let's go.
Sure.
Guys, thank you very much for the coffee, and I'm sure that this is a savior for a lot of you guys also after a long class. So tell me a little bit about the kind of places that are there for these refreshments around in the campus, and how do you guys go about exploring those things in the different times of the day?
There are a lot of hangout spots on the campus. The most famous one would be the Snack Up, which is like right next to the mess, and people go there when they feel bored of the mess food and they want to eat some fast food like burgers or pizza or anything. So there is one other place which is the Lavaza, which we are sitting in right now. So here we get snacks and coffee here in between classes, which helps us a lot.
This is an important segue to a section where I want to talk a little bit about the kind of different people you meet on campus, right? It's not just that the programs are different, it's about the people who are coming who are also different from different kind of places. What sort of gender diversity and in terms of geographical diversity, if I have to ask you, is there in the different programs that you are in?
So Great Lakes actively enhances the diversity in terms of the gender, diversity in terms of the work experience. So here at Great Lakes, we have around 30 to 40% of females and the remaining males.
Right.
And students here are from different backgrounds. The location being in Chennai, there's a preconceived notion that majority would be South Indians, but that's not the case. I know people here from all over the country.
So Rohan, these very people who are part of this campus, they take part in a lot of activities for your clubs and committees as well. So I'm interested in knowing that are you guys also part of some of these committees and clubs here?
Yeah, so talking about clubs, I am a part of the placement committee here. Unlike other B schools, the placement committee here is not run by the students. It is run by the Corporate and Career Services, CCS, who take care of talking to the corporates and bringing in leads. And the students who are part of the placement committee run the processes that happen on campus. Right. So talking of which, I have an urgent meeting to attend right now. So I think he can talk more about the different clubs and committees on campus.
Sure. You've been a sport so far. I'm hoping that I'll meet you again.
Yeah, sure.
Somewhere, and you can continue with this. You know, we were talking about the clubs and committees, and she mentioned that she was part of one such committee that's there. Tell me a little bit about some of the more clubs and committees that are available here. Are you part of any of these being a student?
So I'm part of the DSLC, which is the Dean Student Leadership Committee. We have admissions committee, we have finance committee. There are many such committees, marketing committee and all.
Right. So, as part of DSLC, what are kind of things that you do on a daily basis? Are there the daily meetings that you are part of? Are there activities happening regularly on campus? What sort of area is this?
Right. So basically, as I said, that DSLC works on organizing events which bring a positive impact towards the society. Like very recently, we had organized a blood donation camp. We were expecting around 100 people to donate, but surprisingly, we had 250 plus people who had donated their blood.
Talking of events, what is the biggest sort of an event on campus? How much fun was it? Were you part of this already, or you're looking forward to be part of that?
To name some of the events, we have Latitude, Sangamitra, and Nazme. Latitude is one of the biggest fest which we have in our college. So it encompasses events in the sphere of marketing, analytics, and it's a very big event. So speaking of the second event, which is the NASME, which as we are speaking right now is happening. So it is a marketing conference which happens annually. Then the third event which we have is Sangamitra, which is a intra B school competition.
We will talk a little more about the kind of life that you have. We are covering different aspects of it so far, and we are going to cover the fun part of your B school life as well from here. I hope that Renisha also is done with her meeting and she can meet us there, and we can continue our chat there.
Sure.
Let's go.
So Paul, as I told you that the college life has its own charm, and this is one of the perfect examples that we can see here.
Right. So is this the college group, or there is a band that's there in place?
So we have, as I said, that we have many committees. So one of the committees is Events Com, and that committee is responsible for organizing such events.
Right. Hi guys, nice to see all of you sitting here. Thank you very much for bringing me here. Please sit. So, tell me a little bit, is this like a regular occurrence that happens here? Do you guys do it every day, or is this like a special occasion?
So we have jamming sessions like these, which are usually relaxing and stress relieving after a very hectic day. So sessions like these are very essential for us.
Right. So I can see a lot of these guys already have those equipments that you were talking about. So I hope that you guys also have as much fun as I did the whole day, and I will have listening to you guys.
देखूं मैं तुझे या देखूं कुदरत के नजारे, मुश्किलों में है ये दिल मेरा, माना तेरी सूरत की है चांदी 100% बिल्लो, मेरा दिल का सोना करा, ये तेरी चांद बालियां है होठों पे ये गालियां, ये तेरी चांद बालियां है होठों पे ये गालियां, सोचने का मौका ना मिला है, मैं तो तेरे पीछे हो लिया, मैं तो तेरे पीछे हो लिया, मैं तो तेरे पीछे हो लिया.
So we are standing here at a time when the sun has almost set, and this is probably the time when you guys get time to also come in here. What is that schedule like? When do you guys actually come in here? Is it this time, or is it very late at night when you're done with your food and everything and then you come and study?
So it depends on the lecture timings. So whenever we get free, we just come here and we read something, or we have subscription for the newspapers. We have journals from all over the world, from other B schools also. So we come here and do our reading.
Right. And how vast is this library if in terms of reading material?
So there are books on almost every topic that we can think of. For example, there was a competition that I had to attend which was about food. So I had to search for books related to food, and I didn't know whether there are books that exist related to that.
Right.
So then I had to go to the online portal where I could key in the keywords, and then it showed me that there are books regarding the food industry and food.
Tell me a little bit about now the most important factor for which a lot of you students come in here, which is the kind of companies that you get in. Are you, both of you guys are placed at different companies? Can you tell us a little bit about that, and what sort of companies came in this year on campus?
So I am currently placed. I'm placed in Accenture Strategy, and my role is strategy consultant at there. For the batch of 22, 100% placement was there, and the average CTC was 17.9, and the highest was 35 lakhs.
And what about you?
So I am placed as well, and it happened through my internship. So like as we talked before, we had to undergo a mandatory internship period. So I got my internship in JPMC, and at the end of the internship, that got converted into a PPO offer, and thus yes, I got placed in JPMC. As far as PGDM is concerned, the average CTC is 12.5 LPA.
Okay guys, it's been a long day for you guys as well, showing me the campus around. Do you think you guys have done justice to the life that you spend here, the kind of fun and frolic that is part of this particular experience?
I feel while we have showed you glimpses of what happens in a day-to-day life, there is much more that happens that we cannot show you completely because of the lack of time, as well as those are events and memories that happen at a point of time, at different points of time.
Absolutely, absolutely. I agree with you that you can't probably see everything in a day that happens to you guys, for you in a year and for you in 2 years. If you want to know more about the experiences that you can gather from this institute, know more about this institute from a link that is in the description. Check that out. Tell us in the comments below how you liked this particular episode, and if you want us to make more such videos for different campuses. Thank you once again, guys. It has been lovely knowing you guys, and all the very best for your future.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paul.
It was nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.